Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. A couple days ago it was announced that the global version of Monster Strike is going to be, the service is going to be terminated starting August 1st of this year. And yes, this is very sad, I thought, but I guess I wasn't too surprised. I've been with the game almost 2 years, and then from about a year ago or more, it really looked like the global version was on shaky ground. And yeah, so it's finally come. Again, not surprised. And I guess this is fairly common for, you know, global online games anyway. So I am grateful for what we've gotten up to now. And then, yeah, this video will be about further thoughts about what's happening here, and then what I'll be doing from now. But yeah, as I said, almost 2 years with the game, and that's more time than I've spent on any game, I'm sure. It might be even more time, total hours spent, if you put all the Final Fantasies together. But yeah, it's been a great game. I love the world, I love the characters, love the gameplay, and the fact that it was constantly updated was pretty genius. This is the first game that I've played where that's been a thing. And yeah, it's kept me very, very interested the entire time. I have spent a lot of money on the game, but in the end, in total, I would say it's worth it. I've been able to play kind of at a high level with a good selection of monsters for almost a full 2 years. And yeah, I think it's been worth it. And then really, compared to other hobbies like I don't know, fixing up classic cars or raising horses or something. This has been a relatively cheap hobby, so I'm not too sour about it. But yeah, I guess I can take this time to talk real quick about how I got into the game and how I got into doing YouTube. I had just moved from Japan back to the States, and then I was kind of looking for ways to, you know, keep in touch with the culture and then the language, just so I could keep up my language. And I became very interested in a idol group called Denpa Gumi Inc. And you know, their music and their music videos, whatever, but their interviews were very interesting. They're very interesting personalities. They're all very different and quirky. So I was looking at everything on YouTube of them in kind of a more you know, non-musical setting, which sounds terrible. But one video that they did was, it's like a collaboration video with Monster Strike, where they were playing the game and then, you know, advertising it. And then I watched that video and I was like, oh, I'd like to pick up a game. I had kind of retired from console games. A little tangent here, but I remember the exact moment. The PlayStation 3 was announced, and they said it was going to cost $600. And I was like, screw that, I retire from console video games. But then sometime later, mobile games became a thing, and yeah, I caught wind of a Monster Strike, so I tried that, and I ended up really liking it. It was hard for me at first to understand, because it is a complex, deep game, and I even erased it once, because I didn't think I was playing the game well and making good use of those early game resources. So I erased it once, reinstalled it, went from there. First monster was Mundus, my first 5-star. Yeah, and I didn't look back since then. And then what also attracted me to the game was the very strong community in Japan. There are lots of YouTubers, Japanese YouTubers, and to watch them I could get a lot of strategy and techniques and things. But I could also keep up on my language. It was really good for me to, you know, continually listen to the language. Even if it was all about Monster Strike. And then that's kind of the reason why I got into doing YouTube, was because I saw how much fun the JP YouTubers were having. And then I looked on the global side, and I saw that there weren't a whole lot of YouTubers there, and there was kind of a niche that I could fill. So I, you know, plunged in, and the reception from all of you has been really great, and has kept me going until now. But yeah, so that's where I was and where I'm at now. I guess if I can talk about the thing that I will miss most when Global goes away. It is my Max Luck Impossible Monsters. Yeah, I'm more proud of all of these than I am any of my Hatcher monsters. These took a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and they all have great design, and they're very powerful as well. And yeah, I'm gonna miss them. But yeah, it has taken me a couple days to make this video, just because I've been kind of organizing my thoughts in my head about what I wanted to do, and then what I wanted to do from now. I will not be quitting Global Monster Strike until like mid-July or so. I'm going to be playing to the end. And then people have asked, you know, what is the point to play these last 3 months? The point is to play these last 3 months. It's like if you had a car, for example, a nice sports car, and it was going to be taken away in 3 months. You'd want to drive it during those last 3 months, wouldn't you? So I feel the same way about my box here. I'm going to get a lot of use out of it these last 3 months, and I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm especially happy that they did all of the Transcendent forms, just all in a bunch. That was a request that I had, and they made it come true the next day. Might have been coincidence, or they might have been listening to me. But yeah, really happy to have all of these guys. And I was planning on not doing the Tower of Champions anymore. But now that we've gotten all of these Transcendent forms, I do want to try these guys out in various floors. So that's another good reason to have them. As for my play during these last 3 months, there are going to be some things I'm going to focus on and some things I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up making Max Lux, because when you make Max Lux, you're really playing to prepare for the future. And since there is no more future for the global version, there's no real reason to make any more Max Lux. Unless you are making your first 5 in order to enter the Colossal Quests, I highly recommend everybody do that. And then if you're really close to unlocking one of the very good Max Luck bonuses, go for that as well. Kind of my ultimate recommendation, my final recommendation is a 60-65. Because if you do that, you unlock all of the abilities in the game. So extra HP revival every stage, and then sometimes when you beat a mission, you get all your stamina back. If you're at like 59 or something, then I say go for it. Get those last 6 Max Lux. But otherwise, no. I'm also probably not going to play the temples anymore, just because it does take a lot of time and work to get good ableberries on the monsters that you have. So no more temples for me. Every time a new event is coming out, I'll play through that. I'll unlock the drop of the new monsters, and that'll be it, basically. So yeah, no more real deep play. Probably the last real deep play that I'm going to be doing is the Tower of Champions. And yeah, I'm going to test out those new characters, and I guess get those orbs at the end. Yeah, and speaking of orbs, since the new year, I've just been, you know, gathering orbs naturally. I haven't been putting in any money. And I've only been pulling the new series guaranteed 10-shot. And then as you can see, I got 119. And yeah, that's mostly free, actually. So if we kept at this pace, I could certainly pull all of the rest of the new series 10-shots. But according to this, they're going to be ratcheting up the pace of the new events. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to have enough orbs to pull the guaranteed 10-shot every new series that comes out. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But that might make it more necessary for me to climb the Tower of Champions then. But yeah, as for videos for this global version, I'm going to kind of scale it back as well. I'll still do major events like new Impossibles, new Colossals, new series releases. But things like Extreme Quest walkthroughs, probably no more of those. And no more lists, I'm thinking. Yeah. It's too bad, because lists are my favorite thing. And then the question that I've been getting the most often is if I'm going to play JP. And my answer to that is most likely yes. If I do start, however, it's not going to be until August. I'm going to play the global version all the way to the end, and then I'm just going to do one at a time, and then I'm going to start playing JP. If I do start playing JP, however, that's going to be really scaled back as well. To have my box here, which is very, very deep, and then have it taken away, and then to start from nothing, that's a big blow. To work back to where I am now in the JP game would be insane. That would be another 2 years of work and lots of money. So I'm not even going to try to aim for that. But I'm not super interested in getting back to that stage. I'm mostly interested in just being in the game. You know, being part of the community, watching the JP YouTubers, watching the anime, having access to the Monsterpedia, and, you know, being in the world, knowing the characters. So that's kind of the main reason to play the JP game, and then I'll play it casually. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to do, you know, free to play, no more money in JP. I'm going to make just the 5 max lux, just so that I can access all the content. Raise my rank to 150 so I can play all the content. And then, so I'll be kind of approaching the game from a much more casual standpoint. The way that I'm playing the global game right now, it's very in-depth, and then I've kind of set myself up to be an authority on the game, also by making these videos. But when I go to the JP game, I'll be much more of a casual player. And then for that reason, I'm less inclined to make videos. I'll be going into the JP game for me, just because I enjoy the world. But whether I'm going to make videos, I don't know. I'm not going to translate everything, if that's what you're wondering. And I'm not going to be doing like strategy or those kinds of things. Just because there's so many other people doing that for JP that I don't think they need me. I'll get into the game and I'll see how it goes, and I'll see what the demand is for certain things, and then I'll judge it based on that. But yeah, to sum up, I've really enjoyed the game, and I am still going to keep playing it in one form or another. And then I wanted to thank all of you especially. I don't really get into social media. I don't do Facebook or Twitter, or I used to have Instagram, but I got rid of it. YouTube has been kind of my main social media of any kind during the last couple of years. And yeah, you've all been very nice, and thanks for your comments, thanks for your views. But I hope you enjoyed these videos. More importantly, I hope you enjoyed the game itself. And yeah, again, thanks for all of your support, and I'll be here for at least the next 3 months. Alright, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.